That Dixon and Vining is more important than the other. I'll let you be the judge. Hey, hi, how are you? Good morning and happy Friday.
You know, it's like peanut butter and jelly. One is no good without the other, Richard.
Really?
That's what it's about.
Really? One is no good with it?
That's
like
right.
you've never
No
had
good
peanut
without
butter
the other.
without jelly?
No,
Is that what you're saying?
The best you could have is both together.
I'm pretty sure you've had peanut butter without jelly.
Yeah, but I really prefer it with the jelly.
All righty then.
You know,
As
when you
opposed
have
to,
the
say,
two.
chocolate?
All right, Steve. We weren't going to put chocolate in the mix. And that just messed the whole thing up.
Steve is the chocolate that makes the whole thing work.
Is that what that is?
Just
Okay.
so you know.
Something like that.
That's right.
Yeah, good morning, everyone.
It is Dixon and Vining on Talk 99.5 and Talk995.com. The 19th of December, the last Friday before Christmas. It is 6:06, and straight off of ABC 3340's website, here's what we got weather-wise, okay?
You went website?
I went website.
What, are you crazy?
I'm sorry. Actually, I went mobile app.
Oh, my goodness.
that wrong?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why we have a weather guy from ABC.
Right. So I just
3340.
heard him a minute ago. Let's see how far off the two are.
All
Go
right.
ahead.
For those of you that don't know, we play this game every single day because their website says one thing, their TV station says another, and the mobile app says a third thing. So,
Yeah.
let's see how far
None
away
of
we are.
it is even close.
All right, here we go.
Go.
Today, sunny and 52.
I have 50 somewhere, and I even saw 49.
All right.
So we're
close,
a few degrees
close.
off.
We're not that far
Yeah.
away. I'm going to go 50.
Go
We'll
50.
move that.
All right.
You even that out.
All right.
Tomorrow, sunny and 65.
60.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's a long way.
5 degrees
That's
cooler.
A big difference there.
Yeah.
All right. How about on Sunday? We've got partly cloudy and 61.
40% chance of rain and a high of 60.
Wow. Okay. I
Just
got
a little
no rain,
off
got
there.
No
That's
rain
not
in the
too
forecast
bad.
At all there.
A little bit of rain coming back in.
All righty then.
Yeah,
do you have a 29 for a low tonight? Did you see that?
Yeah,
29?
it's going to get a little cold tonight.
right,
Just
yeah.
we got a little cool down with a system that came in with the rain overnight last night, and a little coolness. But it's supposed to clear up a little bit today, and we may see some sunshine later on.
That would be good.
Yeah.
That would be lovely. I
would
got
love it.
Cash Down with Killers played a gig last night at a new place called Oris and Oak,
How you feeling this
which
morning?
is I'm tired as hell. I got home.
Figured that.
I got home at about 10. My head hit the pillow at 10:15.
Ooh.
But at 3 a.m., my eyes just opened. Bing! I was up. I was like, oh, man, I've been not even 5 hours of sleep. But it was a great show. We had a wonderful time and played a lot of Christmas music, and everybody there seemed to enjoy it a great deal. They all were talking about us on TV, on YouTube TV.
Yeah, that's awesome.
They're loving
Some
and
people checking it out.
these are old geezers. I mean, we're talking about some.
They know where
absolute ancient
YouTube is.
people,
It's
don't
not hard to find us.
yeah, they call it the YouTube, of course.
The YouTube,
but
yeah.
because that's what old people do. We're on YouTube TV. You can go check us out. Actually, it's just
YouTube, yeah.
YouTube.com, okay? And then it is Real Talk 995 TV.
Yeah.
Okay? Check us out there. If you happen to have the time, we would love to hear what you think about the entire thing. And, as I got home last night, it was a light mist as I was driving home. And as I turned the corner to go down my street, a monsoon broke out.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, oh, okay. We're not unloading the drums tonight. That's
Well,
for
and
sure.
I looked out the front door as I was leaving this morning, and more of my Christmas decorations are flat on their face
Yeah,
again.
yeah,
I'm like, oh gosh, I thought we were done with the wind. Apparently not, but that's okay. It'll be there when I get home.
Yeah, that's what I figure. I'll put the trees back up again and get everything straightened out, and life
be
will
okay.
good. I've got so much to do.
Oh, I
today.
do too. I tried to do a few things yesterday, and I have to pace yourself, everyone. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. So yesterday I had a couple of errands to run. I'm going to do the same thing today, and I'm going to slowly knock this out.
Yeah.
If you think you have to do it all at one time, you're going to overwhelm yourself.
It's true.
So don't do it. Just say, let me just take some bites at a time. I'll get this done.
I have to wrap presents
Mm-hmm.
today for sure because I'm dropping some off tomorrow. I've got to make 2 batches of cookies, and the laundry's piling up.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, get the laundry done as you're wrapping some gifts.
Exactly.
That was my
It's not like
plan.
I'm taking it down to the river and beating it on a rock, you know. I'm putting it in a
Throw it in that
machine
machine.
with
In the
a
machine.
pod. I don't even actually measure the stuff anymore. I just throw a pod in there.
You do have a waterfall
in
in the
the-
backyard, though, don't you?
I do have a waterfall. That's good. I could do that.
There's
I hadn't thought
Richard
about
out there just with the washboard.
that. I hadn't thought about that. Necessary.
I don't know how clean your clothes will be, but knock yourself out.
Mr. Bugs ready to kill the bugs that are trying to get into your home. Well, actually, they just keep them out, and then they kill the ones that are inside. If they do get in, they're going to be slaughtered wholesale. It's not even going to be pretty. Mr. Bugs does that. They've got the right juices, that they spray in all the right places. Once they get to know your home, they know where the hot spots are, they know what to do, and it becomes relatively quick. Dave has got it down to about maybe a 20-minute visit now. Maybe 15 on the inside, 5 on the outside, and then we spend a bunch of time chatting. Don't tell Mr. Bugs that, because they probably want him busy, but instead we sit around and shoot the breeze. Mr. Bugs has been my pest control company for 8 years. I have never in my life been so happy with a pest control company. I've never believed that you could actually eradicate all the bugs inside your home and never see one, unless, of course, it's dead. And yet they have proven me wrong, and I love that about them. They can do the same for you. Once a month, once every other month, once every third month, Mr. Bugs, MRBUGGS.com, 9416252. Termite bonding, mosquito reduction, small rodent control as well. They do it all. Oh, by the way, it's a Phone It In Friday, but we're still doing the 3 things here.
And now, it's Dixon and Vining's top 3 things you need to know.
His name is Claudio Manuel Neves Valente, and he was the suspected Brown shooter, also believed to have shot the professor at MIT, and was found dead in his storage unit in a completely different state. Fascinating stuff here. They managed to follow him down to his own storage unit, which was in, what city was that in?
Salem, New Hampshire.
Salem, New Hampshire, that's right, okay. They were doing a breach thing. They were, like, waiting. They had all the guys in tactical gear, whatever. Heard the gunshot, and that was it. He had killed himself, taken himself out. We still have, by the way, no motive and no real curiosity in the press.
No, none whatsoever.
I would like to know why journalists aren't asking questions about this, and I think it's because they know the answer, because they know about the Allahu Akbar yell, and they just don't want to talk
about it.
And
the other thing, the tie to the death of the MIT nuclear scientist, they'll do a deep dive on this. Of course, he was at Brown University for a couple of years in the early 2000s, and what is his connection to this MIT professor who he also may be tied to? They believe that he is a suspect in that.
They say he attended the same college. They attended the same college at some point,
right?
Together.
So, what was that? You got a beef with this guy, or what? What in the world? So you took him out. You killed 2 students. One here from Mountain Brook, Ella Cook, and another student, wounding 9 others. 44 shell casings.
Yeah.
And some of this came about because there was a, I guess, Good Samaritan that kind of came forward to authorities and said, hey, I got a little something here. They followed the paper trail, and that paper trail, there were some financial records that led to this storage unit and where this guy was.
A case can be made that is police work in and of itself. But I got to tell you, if this guy had not come forward, I had zero faith that the Providence police were going to get any headway. I mean, the chief of police of Providence, Rhode Island, looks like a complete moron to me. Every time I ever heard him speak, I thought, you're not catching flies, you know?
No, and maybe all of this will force a change. I know certainly on the campus of Brown University, they need cameras. They need security and cameras. Y'all need to work on that ASAP right now. And that was the one thing that they were lacking, was so few cameras. It's like, what do you all, protect the students that attend there. Cameras don't cost that much, and boy, do they help in crimes such as this. Yeah.
A jury found Milwaukee County Judge Hannah Dugan guilty of obstructing federal immigration agents during an attempt to serve a warrant at a courthouse earlier this year. She faces up to 5 years in prison on the felony obstruction count. She was found not guilty on another charge of shielding a suspect from arrest, which I thought was interesting. That's a misdemeanor, interestingly. But, I mean, did she not shield him from arrest? She did. So why? Look, it took the jury 6 hours to come to this conclusion. There has to have been a little horse trading going on in that jury room, I'm guessing, where they go, all right, well, find him innocent on the misdemeanor and guilty on this other thing, and that'll be that. Obviously, she's going to appeal. Her lawyer's going to appeal, but I don't see that there's a whole lot of wiggle room here.
No, because again, that's the thing. She did this crime. It is a crime, what she did, a felony, and 5 years in prison. I think she needs to serve every day of that.
Absolutely.
And never be a judge again. You should never rule as a judge ever again. This should be the end of it.
I'd like to see her completely disbarred and cast out from that particular profession. Workers tore down a homeless encampment in West End on Tuesday. It was on Tuesday, a week after the city's decision to clear homeless encampments in Lynn Park, and that drew some pushback, which is crazy to me. I mean, look, taxpayers are paying for these parks. We're not allowed to use them because homeless people are camping there? No, that's not how that's supposed to work. About a dozen workers in neon yellow jackets were assembled near an industrial crane as it picked at the belongings of a homeless person Tuesday, furniture and old clothing strewn in piles in front of the makeshift shack in the empty lot. It was not clear if the lot was owned by the city. The city says, by the way, we're not in the business of clearing homeless encampments, just only if we get complaints. But we find out now that Alchemy is like picking people up and dropping them off in neighborhoods.
Yeah, there's a gentleman that apparently he said he's got video of it, of a woman that was dropped off. She alleged that she knew this person at this residence, and apparently it's an abandoned home, and this resident is just fit to be tied. I think it's College Hill that he lives in, and has some recorded video of this woman being dropped off by Alchemy, Urban Alchemy.
Yeah.
And, again, she claimed to them that she knew somebody at this residence. Apparently, there's no one there. And this guy's like, she's like living outside of this house. And so you have this situation. The other thing is, too, the city of Birmingham is like, we don't like just start moving their stuff. So we give them 24, 48 hours. Hey, you're living here. This encampment needs to be moved. If you don't move it voluntarily, then we'll step in and do what we need to do. But good for the citizens of Birmingham, especially those that work and have to move about around Lynn Park in downtown Birmingham, stepping over some of these encampments. And, there's a lot of things going on there with those encampments. You've got people with mental illness. You've got people that are doing drugs. And it's like good for the city for beginning to clean this up and get them out.
Yeah, there have been more than a few documentaries made about such things when it comes to these encampments, including ones that get quite large. And, yes, drugs are being sold, traded, done, rapes are taking place. Really horrific stuff is taking place inside these so-called homeless encampments. It is time to clean them up, get them out of the city. I don't know exactly what I love the fact that Birmingham is trying to help the people that are in there, but it really needs to be an either-or situation. Either you accept the help that we're offering you
or
through
you
the
leave,
Jimmy Hale mission,
or you move on.
or you go to jail.
Yeah.
I mean, those are your options.
Yeah.
You got three options.
But you're not staying here.
No.
You're not going to continue to do this.
It's like closing time at the bar. You don't have to go homeless, but you can't stay here.
Those lights coming up.
Oh, my God.
Done that.
Nothing more shocking
Oh,
than
it's
that.
terrible. And you look down, everyone immediately looks at their watch going, oh my gosh, it is 2 o'clock.
How long have I been here?
Hadn't done that in a long time, but
yeah,
that is shocking.
I'm hoping I never do it again. I
don't either.
619
Time for
with
Waffle House.
Dixon and Finding Talk 99.5.
Good morning, everyone. 623 Dixon and Vining at Talk 99.5, talk995.com, on YouTube now, too. Real Talk 995 TV. You can check us out there. Don't forget streaming. There's all kinds of ways to listen to us as well. So thanks for being with us. A little hazy, a little drizzly this morning, but I think some of that will clear up, and maybe that'll give you an opportunity to get out and about today. Get your Christmas shopping done.
Gosh, you're an upbeat lady.
Come on, we can get it done. We got this.
If you say so.
Don't we?
I don't.
Kinda?
I don't know.
Sorta?
I didn't even know what I'm getting some people. I got a Christmas present yesterday from somebody, and I was just like, I have got you nothing yet.
Well,
I can't even
listen,
imagine what I'm going to get you.
That's why a wonderful little gift card to somewhere comes in handy.
That
Everybody
may be what you got.
understands.
That might be all you get.
You get a little busy.
All I
and
got.
It's just, a little token, a little love there.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you something, the gift that will keep on giving your entire life, quite frankly, is the help and the great planning that Danny Knowles and the Knowles Group does. Yes, financial planning, do not glaze over, because this is really important. It's not something that you necessarily have to deal with. And that's why when you have Danny Knowles and the Knowles Group on your side, there's no worries there. Man, these guys are good at what they do, and they love to talk with anyone, no matter what age you are. You could be young in your 20s. You could be in your 60s looking toward retirement, all of those things. Hey, they can help you. If you don't have the financial plan put together, get it done today with the Knowles Group. And we're on top of the weekend, so out and about, make sure you're listening to Talk 99.5 Saturday and Sunday between 2 and 3, because they've got a great hour program that's filled with great financial advice, and then you can get in touch with these guys and let them put a plan together for you. TheKnowlesGroup.com, that's N-O-L-E-S, TheKnowlesGroup.com.
Well, yesterday, the claim is that the Kennedy Center Board voted unanimously to change the name of the place to the Trump Kennedy Center, the Trump-Kennedy Center, okay? Mm-hmm. There was at least one member of the board who's very outspoken in saying, I was put on mute. I wanted to vote no on that. It wasn't unanimous, but they wouldn't let me vote. They muted me. Okay, I got that. I'm not surprised by that.
That's one way to keep somebody from voting.
Exactly.
Just mute them.
Oh, it was unanimous. The three people, there were 27 people on the call. But what really is interesting here is that this was a hand-picked board by Trump. Remember, he fired everybody on the old board. Then he went in and he placed new people on the board.
That's one way
and
to
then
get the
they all
votes.
voted for him to have his name stuck on the building, which I don't think is technically legal. I believe that Congress would have to take some sort of action. But if I know Trump, he's going to go ahead and have his name put on the building anyway, because he loves putting his name on buildings.
This is one where you go, President Trump. No. Not on the Kennedy Center.
Here's why they say that why it's claimed that they did this, okay? And there is some truth to this. You've been to Washington, D.C. I've been to Washington, D.C. a couple of times. A lot of our government buildings are dumps. I mean, dumps.
They need some renovation.
They have not been keeping up with the times. They have not been updating them or even cleaning them that seriously, to be honest with you. And, Doge went through and said, we're going to close this building down, and we're moving out of this building, and we're going to, changing the FBI headquarters and so on and so forth. A lot of stuff is taking place there, which makes sense. The Kennedy Center was one of those buildings built in the 60s and was in the process of falling apart. And Trump came in and said, we got to shore this place up. This is kind of an important place.
It is.
How about we actually fix the plumbing? How about we actually fix the structural problems? How about we don't have leaks in the ceiling when it rains, stuff like that. And so he did. He managed to get all of that taken care of. I'm sure he delegated that. He didn't do it himself. He said, go get all that stuff fixed. And so the board was like, hey, to show our appreciation, how about we throw your name on the building? But I just...
they could do something like this, similar to what the University of Alabama did, Bryant-Denny Stadium, and they put Saban Field.
Yeah.
Okay, find another part of the Kennedy Center. Don't change the Kennedy Center to the Trump Kennedy Center. Find another aspect. Hey, Donald Trump helped to renovate this.
The Trump
we'll
stage
name this. Whatever,
at the Kennedy Center.
Whatever it is, the stage.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that would help to resolve it.
I would agree with that. I think that's a good idea. A lot of people are losing their minds over it, by the way. Yesterday, Cheap Trick had to issue a statement. They were getting some backlash from having performed. When they are, if you've never seen a Kennedy Center's honor, I feel the need to explain this to you. For instance, when Led Zeppelin was being honored, they had Heart performing the music of Led Zeppelin.
Right.
When Paul McCartney and Ringo
They
Starr,
don't.
I think
They
the
don't
Beatles-
do their own
They
performance.
don't do their own stuff.
Right.
Exactly. So Kiss is being honored, and so they brought in Cheap Trick to play some Kiss songs. And Cheap Trick was apparently getting some blowback from this, so they felt the need to issue a statement saying, "Hey, listen, we did this to honor our brothers in Kiss and arts and art in general, artists in general, and for no other reason." In other words, without saying it, like, we're not big Trump fans. But this is why we did it, and that's why they got some blowback. So you're going to get this, obviously. But I will say that Donald Trump does deserve a hat tip for dragging this thing back from the edge of wokeness, because it was getting insane. I mean, what they were honoring and what they were doing, aside from a few big names like the Mel Brooks of the world, you would end up with Drag Queen Story Hour. Let's do a big thing on the no. Oh, we're going to have a drag show here. No. Transvestites on parade. No. Stop it. This is the nation's capital, and it's a premier arts center.
Let's treat it as such.
How about we do stuff that's sort of American? Just spitballing here. Alabama Tree Pros, 308-4158. If you are in need of a tree being taken down, these are the guys you want to rely on, and you can count on alabamatreepros.com online to find out more about them. But they'll either trim the tree up or take it all the way down and grind the stump if that's what you're interested in. 308-4158, their telephone number, online at alabamatreepros.com. They're fast, they're efficient, they're safe, they're experts, and their estimate's going to be lower than the other guys. I virtually guarantee it. alabamatreepros.com, 308-4158. Tell them Dixon sent you. Merry Christmas from the family. Little Robert Earl Keane for you there. 636. Dixon and Vining, Talk 99.5, talk995.com. Day will get better as it wears on here. A high of about 50, which is better than what we had been promised earlier in the week, and maybe some sunny skies. So keep a good thought there, if you would, please. Interestingly, you just heard Leland talking about what causes inflation and so on and so forth, and it dawns on me that we've had a couple of big numbers come out here in the past, week, really. We got the employment number, 60,000 jobs created. That was more than the 51,000 they thought it was going to be. And inflation at 2.7% when they thought it was going to be 3.1. The market has gone up. Can someone please explain to me all of these polls that are like 70% of America thinks that the economy is terrible? I need some help here.
I think part of it is there is this small portion of the economy, and it has to do with mainly groceries. It's not even gasoline anymore.
No.
I think it's about groceries and a few other things that are higher priced than what people are used to.
Sure.
And that's what they're gauging the whole thing on.
Well, look,
Rather than, hey, what's going on in the market? We're at 49,000. We've had it's been a good year in the market. It's been very good
yeah,
for
it has been,
2025.
absolutely.
And again, I think that there are personally some day-to-day stuff that that Americans are feeling. The pinch a lot of time is restaurant. We talk about fast food prices and how crazy they are, out of whack. Grocery prices, they're out of whack. And those are the things that they're dealing with every single day.
yeah.
And I think that that's what the focus is. It's not a big overall picture of, hey, how's the economy doing? They're just focused and narrowing in on that one thing that's affecting their wallet day to day.
And you can't really blame them for that.
Yeah.
I mean, the old saying is people may not remember what you say, but they'll always remember how you made them feel.
Right.
Well, how do people feel right now? People feel like they don't have enough money, and I can't blame them because those prices went up. Inflation was over 3 times what it is right now under Joe Biden in 2022. We got to 9+% in 2022. And like we say, those prices, they went up. They didn't come back down again. We slowed the rate of inflation, but we didn't deflate. So the prices went up and they stayed up. And this is what people are feeling day by day. And if you really want to feel like you've been hit between the eyes with a 2x4, go look at new car prices, okay? That will blow your mind. When what used to be considered a kind of a simple, straightforward car, $26,000, $50,000.
Yeah, that's insane too.
$50,000.
Well, and used car
out of control.
prices too. You're not getting any breaks there.
Nope.
Because it used to be new car prices kind of out of my realm and my reach here. I'm not comfortable with spending that much and having that high a month car payment. I'll go over here and get a used car. Oh my Lord. Look at used car prices.
Yeah.
They're sky high too. So people are like, what do I do here? I need a new car. Which way do I go?
Well, the good news is the numbers are trending in the right direction, okay? So we can expect that we are going to, now again, not see the prices come down again, but hopefully everyone becomes more prosperous. We have more money, and we stop being freaked out by the price of things. Plus, I think car prices will come down since we got rid of the ridiculous cafe standards that the Biden administration was trying to put on people. Do you have any idea how difficult it is to make a car more fuel efficient? It's very costly, and it makes the thing less safe, which is kind of a problem. And then when you start adding in things like, well, let's make it a hybrid. Okay, now you've got a battery involved, and it becomes even more costly. So getting rid of those cafe standards going to make a world of difference here. I think we'll see if the prices on some of these things don't start to come back down again. Definitely if we get a lower interest rate, and we could be looking at
That would help.
a 0.5 point next year, maybe even 0.75 point
Bring
next
it on
year.
down, right? And now you're getting the housing market generating
right.
and going again
And
because it's kind of stalled out a little
and
bit.
building houses gets restarted. And you know who's going to be building those houses? Bona fide American citizens.
Amen.
Ain't going to be none of them. They're illegal aliens swinging a hammer. We're going to have real live Americans building houses, which is good. That puts money in their pockets, you know. I mean, I'm not trying to throw contractors under the bus here, but when you bid a project and you come in with a super low bid because you know you're going to hire a bunch of illegal immigrants to actually do the work, that's not helping our economy at all.
No.
And you say, well, but it's going to make things more expensive to hire an actual American and actually pay him. Yeah, it is. That's exactly right. It's going to be more expensive. And which world do you want to live in? The one that's full of illegal immigrants, you don't know who's here, you're buying things that are less expensive but shoddily made? Or would you rather have stuff that's actually, American made by American people who are getting paid a decent salary and contributing to the economy?
And I think about those 18-wheeler drivers, too. Let's get Americans back behind that wheel and all these illegals that can't even speak English driving these trucks and killing Americans on our interstate. So, it's a tenfold event here. And I think, we're looking at 2026 much improved. We all just, and again, I think when people get their taxes done next year, whether you do your own or you let somebody else do it, there'll be some things in there that you'll notice.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, it's not a flip of a switch. And it's not going to happen overnight. But I think this next year we'll begin to see that. And hopefully it'll snowball into 27 and 2028. Let's hope it keeps going. So, come on,
certainly
good
do.
thoughts.
William says 70% of the idiots that are polling, I'm sure it's a group of people with TDS. Same way they said Kamala was leading in the polls. I don't think 70% of people have TDS. I do think that people are feeling a little let down. And some of it has to do with the fact that Donald Trump did say on the campaign trail, we're going to bring the prices down. They're going to come down fast. No, you're not. And even in this speech that he gave the other night when he talked about, these prices are all coming down. Yes, you can bring anything that's a commodity, okay? You can definitely get the price of it back down again. And that would have to do with oil and things like eggs, frozen concentrated orange juice. Pork belly.
Bring the beef down, right, and the bacon and all that good
bacon,
stuff.
Lettuce.
Yeah.
Well, beef is going to take a little while.
Mm-hmm, yes, it is.
It's going to get there. But, he made a bunch of promises that were really almost impossible to keep. And I hate to toot my own horn. Some days I can barely reach it. But the fact
That's
is,
more than we need to know, Richard. Thank you. We'll be here all morning.
The fact is, I said it at the time. I said there's just not a mechanism for bringing the prices down. There just isn't one. And to say that you're going to bring prices down,
well,
your mouth is writing checks that your ass cannot cash.
Here's the mechanism. Go to Aldi and buy the off-brand potato chip.
Yeah.
Go to Aldi and buy the off-brand Swiss rolls or the crackers or the cheese. Or I'm not plugging Aldi here, but I'm just saying.
What did you call me?
What brings it down is you don't go buy that $8 bag of Doritos anymore.
Yeah.
That sits on the shelf. And then Doritos goes, oh, no, or Lay's or whoever else, we got to lower these prices because these folks have figured out that they can pay half the price for a chip that might not be as great, but they're willing to make that sacrifice because they don't have the money in their wallet.
Right.
It has a name so close, but it's
It
not
is.
quite. It's
I
like
was in there. I was in there
something.
yesterday, and I started counting the brands, and I was like, it's literally every potato chip you could ever think of in a bag that looks like the regular brand in a grocery store for half the price.
I love me some Faze.
I mean, the bag of Doritos was $4. If you go to Publix, you're looking at upwards of $8. You're looking at $7.60 something, almost $8 for the exact same bag.
What you're talking about, of course, is supply and demand. You reduce the demand for these Doritos, and pretty soon there's a big supply. The price comes down because they have to figure out how to sell them. And you're exactly right about that. But we cannot allow this to spiral into deflation, which is a dangerous thing because it tends to mirror a recession.
Mm-hmm.
So
well, there's a delicate balance, but at the same time, if you're upset about the price, then don't buy it. Buy something else, and that might correct itself. And then when it comes down another $1.50 or $2 for that bag of chips, you go, okay, that seems a little more reasonable. I'll go back to buying it.
Can I just point out how brilliant our listeners are? They're picking up on all of my obscure movie references here.
Oh, yeah. I was sitting here counting in my head. There's another one. There's another one. Yep, know that one.
Don picked up on Trading Places. Scott got the Groundhog Day reference a little bit earlier. And I appreciate you guys for paying attention. That's very nice of you. 646 with Dixon and Vining. Well, sometimes they just fall into place, you know.
Yeah,
I mean,
right. And you just can't help yourself.
I cannot help myself. It's true. The Alabama Men's Clinic, if you need to help yourself, they might be able to give you a hand. What? Here's the thing.
There's two of those this morning.
What?
References.
Stop that. Why?
Right. It's Christmas time. What are you doing?
I don't
know
know.
the kids are not going to school.
sure.
Well, are they going? No, they may be off already.
Are they off?
I don't know. College is out.
If they're not off, they should get off.
He's
There's
in a mood
three.
He's in a mood of giving.
Richard, stop.
Giving what? We don't know, but he's in a mood for giving.
I'm giving advice about the Alabama Men's Clinic and how you're struggling with low T. And what you need is to get your blood test. You go in there, $99 for the initial consultation. They will test your blood, and they will give you an answer on your testosterone levels. A lot of times, doctors won't do that. They'll just tell you yay or nay. These guys will tell you if you're where you need to be, between 600 and 900, or if you're struggling down there in the 300s, 400s. And if so, then they can talk about what it's going to take to get your testosterone level back up to where it needs to be. You will start living again. You will have more excitement. You'll have more energy. You will be more engaged in life once your testosterone level is where it needs to be. And if you're struggling with ED, they can lend a hand there. They've got a lot of different options for that as well, plus hair loss and weight loss. It's, men is their middle name, the Alabama Men's Clinic. Their job is to take care of you, men, and make sure that you are living your absolute best life. 598-7000 is the telephone number, 598-7000. Or you can find them online, alabamamensclinic.com. Make an appointment there, 30 seconds or less. 652 Dixon Divining Talk, 995 Talk, 995.com. Thanks for hanging out with us. We do 13 hours of live and local programming every weekday here. Starts with Dixon Divining, moves on to Skippy McLean, Andrew, The Line, we call it. And then it's Leland Live time, followed by...
Breaking Bread.
Yep.
So we got Will again filling in for Andrew
Yep.
because he's out. He's done a great job the last couple of days with JD and the guys.
Enjoyed that.
Yeah, very good. And so they'll be back in again today.
Let us now go to the phone line where we interview people to talk to Debbie Schlussel. Happy Hanukkah, Debbie. We're still in the throes of it, are we not?
Thank you. Yes. It ends Monday night at nightfall.
Gotcha.
8 days. So 8 days and 8 nights. I enjoy lighting my candles. So, yes, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Very nice.
So I don't think we're on next Friday, right?
No, we will not be here because, in fact, it'll be 2 Fridays in a row that we're not here because it's going to be the day after Christmas and the day after New Year's, and no one is going to be in this building. It's going to be tumbleweeds blowing through this building, Debbie.
Well, there's going to be somebody airing something, right?
Yeah, I don't
Specialty programming.
Yeah, I don't think we're going dead air, but
Yeah.
yeah, we'll have something on. Just not you,
Well,
not
so
you, and not us.
I
Yeah.
will mention some of the movies coming up then, but the new movies this weekend, I'll just start with the biggest one first, and that is Avatar: Fire and Ash, or Ash and Fire. I think it's Fire and Ash. I did not care for this movie at all. First of all, it's 3 hours and 15 minutes. Okay?
Wow, that's a long film.
Woof.
Good gracious.
Ridiculous. And I kept looking at my phone, and there is no reason for this movie to have been that long. They could have cut this movie in half, and it still would have been too long and too repetitive. This movie was totally unnecessary, except for somebody needs a cash grab. I saw the first 2 Avatar movies. We reviewed them on this show and other incarnations of the show, and I didn't care for those either. But each of these Avatar movies has gotten progressively worse. 3 hours and 15 minutes long. It's basically the first movie was basically white people, or not white people, but there is a subtext here. The Na'vi, which are the people in the movie that live under the sea, they are essentially minorities. And then the evil people are the white people, the humans, the white humans. They are all white, of course, and they're all evil, and they want to destroy these minorities essentially that live under the sea. That's the subtext of this movie. And through climate change and through destruction and harvesting of resources, that is the theme. It's a tired old trope, and that was the original Avatar. The second one was basically the same thing all over again. They tweaked a few things, they changed a few things, but the storyline was the same. The third one, same thing, only worse. So in this movie, there are several different stories, but they're basically a repeat of the same thing, that the evil humans want to destroy them again. One of the humans, there's this one human at the beginning of the movies, he becomes an ally of them, and he lives with them, and they raise him like their son. He has to wear a mask because he can't breathe in their universe. In this movie, he finds a way. He dies nearly, and he finds a way to come back and to breathe without that. And so the humans are trying to find him so that they can figure out how can he breathe so that we humans can take over their land. And the Na'vi are saying, well, maybe we should kill him because even though we raised him like our son, if they find out how he can breathe, they're going to kill us all and take all of our land. And that's basically the story. So they're fighting off humans, and they're fighting off a rival gang of basically pirate Na'vi who are also evil, but not nearly as evil as the humans. And, of course, they band together to beat the humans.
I'm already tired of it. Can I be honest with you? I just hearing the description of it, I'm just like, yeah, I vote no. Okay.
And I made it sound much better than it was. All right, now, the next movie...
Did you?
The next movie is The Housemaid, and this stars Sydney Sweeney as this woman that's kind of down on her luck. She's living in her car. She desperately needs a job. She's got stuff about her life that you don't know at the beginning of the movie. And she meets this rich couple. The wife is looking for somebody to clean around the house and cook for them and basically be a servant. She goes to their mansion. There's going to be room and board, which she desperately needs. And she gets the job. And she thinks, oh, how lucky I am. But soon she sees that the wife is completely crazy and things are not as they seem. But there's a twist to this. And I kind of thought that this would be the twist at the beginning of the movie because it just seemed a little too perfect the way they laid this out for you. It's a very campy movie. You know, I felt it went on a little too long. It's not a great movie. I'm surprised it's actually a Christmas time movie. I would have normally figured a movie like this to be at the end of the summer where they take campy but crappy movies to die. But since movies are so bad now, those movies are now Christmas movies. Merry Christmas.
All right, we got like a minute and a half, so we're going to blow right through these.
Yeah, and it turns into being kind of a bloody movie and a lot of drama. It was okay. It wasn't the greatest. If you're looking for something very campy and you want a lot of drama, this is for you. Otherwise, not for me. Now, next week, there is Song Sung Blue, which is based on the musical. And it stars Hugh Jackman. And that was okay. It's not bad. It's a little long.
Okay.
It's based on the true story of a couple who become impersonators.
Gotcha.
Of Neil Diamond and Dolly Parton.
Nice.
Wasn't bad. Or Neil Diamond and some country singers. And I guess I will see you all next year, right?
Yes, I'm afraid so. That's what's got. I look forward to it as always, though.
All right. There's a movie on Netflix about Murder in Monaco documentary about the death of Edmund Safra, the billionaire. I'm watching that too.
Murder in Monaco. I like the sound of it. Marvelous. All right. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, Debbie. Thank you very much for all your work in 2025.
And Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. There you go. Debbie Sussel. DebbieDoesMovies.com. DebbieDoesPolitics.com. Check out those websites at your leisure.